Okay, this line of questioning is insane. I didn't think it would be this easy to set this up. I didn't think you would go along with me on everything, but tell me, in the next election, let's say that it comes out that Democrats somehow end up winning, would you support it if Donald Trump and I guess Vance were to find some way, or if Senate Republicans were to find some way to delay the certification of the vote or resist the certification of the vote? Would you support that?
That's a very fact-intensive pattern. I don't know. I wouldn't like to speculate at this point.
Okay. So if let's say that they launched some court cases, and let's say that they all failed up to the certification of the vote, would you support them if they still felt like they had questions about the vote? They feel like they had questions that it wasn't legitimate. Would you support them trying to delay the certification of the election?
I think it depends. Yeah, I do. If voting stops in the middle of the night and they tell poll workers to go home and vote dumps start over the next couple of weeks and Biden makes up the deficit, yeah, I'd have an issue with it. And I'd hope, unlike 2020, listen, judges and attorneys are normal people, right? They have their own fears, their own biases, etc. So this is a hot potato case that really nobody wanted to touch in 2020.
And you think all the judges in 2020 just didn't want to deal with it? Even the Trump appointees, all of them said, "No, sorry, too hot for us."
Correct. I do think so, because I think there would have been violence on either side. I think as easily if Trump had won on some of these merits, you would have seen Antifa and BLM burning down the country. And we've actually seen some documentation from NGOs that basically said the same.
And you think that
it wasn't Podesta's plan. You remember that?
Sure. And you think that we couldn't trust Congress to figure out if the vote was certified correctly or not? We couldn't just trust them to just certify the vote?
No, I'm not a big fan of government. I think they do a lot of things poorly. That's why I like Trump and Schedule F. I think we need to cut down the bureaucracy.
And
I don't think the EPA should be charging farmers for how much their cows fart or doing other asinine bullshit.
Sure. Just like two more final questions, then I'm done. You don't trust Barr? You don't trust what Bill Barr was saying, that he didn't see evidence of voter fraud based on what the FBI said?
No, because U.S. attorneys come out and said Barr gave a stand-down order. Moreover, I never liked Barr. I thought it was weird his father hired Jeffrey Epstein in New York City to be a school teacher at that academy and prep school. I think Bill Barr has a lot of issues. Bill Barr is a W man. Okay. He's an HW man. He's an old Bush neocon, and you know the Bush family. I mean, they're CIA bred. So no, I don't like Bill Barr.
Just as a bow on all of this, I guess. I guess what I want people to understand when they hear people say things with a nice tone of voice and they don't think about the content of what's being said. So you just said that you didn't trust the judiciary to make any decisions about the election. You clearly didn't trust.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
No, you said that you didn't trust them because they thought that the temperature was too high and that all of them rejected the cases for political reasons. That's what you said. And
no, that's not what I said.
At this point, I don't care for clarification. They can rewind if they want to listen to it. But you think all the judges in 2020 just didn't want to deal with it. Even the Trump appointees, all of them said, "No, sorry, too hot for us."
Correct. I do think so, because I think there would have been violence on either side. I think as easily if Trump had won on some of these merits, you would have seen Antifa and BLM burning down the country.
You said that they rejected those cases for political reasons. So you don't trust the judiciary. You don't trust Congress. You said you don't really trust governments. You don't trust Congress to make the right decisions. And you don't even trust the DOJ to make the correct decisions. What you want, what you're asking for, and Adrian, what I had asserted earlier, was that Republicans want to anoint a king. What you're asking for is a king, a dictator. You don't trust any of the two branches of government, and you don't even trust the Department of Justice or the FBI. You want one man at the head of the executive, your king/dictator, who's now been granted criminal immunity from the Supreme Court to make all of the decisions. Not you, I'm talking about Prodigal. I'm saying that that's what you want. You want an emperor, and you just spelled it out perfectly.